It's 1:23 a.m. on April 26, 1986. The Ukrainian city of Pripyat is asleep. Apartment lights are dark, and nearly 50,000 people are resting before what they assume will be a normal Saturday. Less than 2 miles away stands the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. For the Soviet Union, reactor number 4 is the absolute pinnacle of engineering, a massive, heavily reinforced engine driving their vision of the future. Deep inside that reactor, operators are running a standard safety test. They watch their dials and gauges, completely confident that they hold nature's most powerful force firmly in their grasp. That absolute faith in their own engineering creates a dangerous blind spot. By trusting the machine completely, they fail to see the disaster building right in front of them until it is too late to stop it. Without warning, a massive surge of power races through the reactor core. The pressure spikes wildly, and the automated control systems simply cannot respond fast enough to stall the chain reaction. The temperatures inside the core climb far beyond their structural limits. 2 massive explosions rip through the facility, bursting outward and shredding the thick steel and concrete roof of the building. Thousands of tons of burning radioactive graphite are hurled into the night sky. With the roof gone, the burning reactor core is directly exposed to the open atmosphere. The safety technology designed to monitor the plant is instantly rendered useless. Humanity has accidentally unleashed an open-air radioactive fire, and they have no instruments left capable of measuring the true scale of the threat. Within minutes, local firefighters arrive at the plant. Nobody warns them about the reactor. They climb ladders and unroll their heavy hoses, believing they are fighting a routine chemical fire on the roof. They are walking into a lethal trap because their biology cannot detect the danger. Radiation has no face, it has no voice, and no scent. It completely bypasses every evolutionary alarm system the human body possesses. The only hints of the attack come from subtle, confusing symptoms. One firefighter notices a sharp metallic taste in his mouth. Others feel sudden dizziness or headaches, completely unaware that invisible particles are tearing through their cells. Their hoses and standard emergency training offers zero protection. They are fighting an enemy that attacks silently from the inside out, rendering conventional disaster response completely ineffective. Morning breaks, and life in Pripyat continues as normal. When buses finally arrive to evacuate the city, residents are told to pack lightly for a few days, unaware that a massive plume of radioactive fallout is already drifting over their homes. Back at the plant, officials realize they have a severe technological crisis. The radiation near the exposed core is so intense that electronic circuits are actively malfunctioning. Standard measuring equipment simply dies. To clear the highly radioactive graphite blocks scattered across the remaining roof, the Soviet Union deploys remote-controlled mechanized robots, but the environment is too extreme for the machines. The intense radiation quickly fries their internal electronics, causing the robots to lock up and die right there on the roof. The disaster has created a massive, lethal void. The most advanced automated systems have failed entirely, leaving no machine on Earth capable of operating inside the hazard zone. To fill that void, the government turns to ordinary citizens. They mobilize hundreds of thousands of people, teachers, factory workers, and soldiers, into a massive cleanup force known as the Liquidators. To replace the dead machines on the roof, they use human beings. Young soldiers are ordered to sprint into the highly radioactive zone for a mere 90 seconds, manually grab a piece of debris, throw it over the edge, and run back. Deep underground, another crisis requires brute force. Scientists fear the molten core will burn downward into groundwater, causing a massive secondary explosion. Hundreds of miners volunteer, digging a tunnel by hand through unbearable heat to install a cooling pad. Above the reactor, helicopter pilots fly directly through the radioactive smoke. They make repeated manual drops of sand, lead, and boron straight into the exposed, burning core below them. When the ultimate machine broke, it took every other piece of technology down with it. The only system resilient enough to contain the disaster and save millions of lives was the raw, physical sacrifice of the people themselves. Today, the frantic energy of that massive cleanup operation is gone. The city of Pripyat sits entirely frozen, its concrete apartment blocks quietly swallowed by the forest as nature reclaims the streets. 50,000 people left their entire lives behind on that single afternoon. The amusement park, with its bright yellow Ferris wheel, stands rusting among the trees. It never welcomed a single rider. The liquidators paid a heavy price for their work. Many suffered severe long-term health complications, carried deep emotional scars, or lost their lives entirely due to their exposure. History books often document the Chernobyl disaster as a stark warning about engineering failure and administrative hubris. Yet the story of its containment reveals a massive triumph of human endurance. Courage is moving forward despite overwhelming fear. When the systems failed and the machines died, ordinary people stepped directly into a nightmare, giving up their own health to protect a world of strangers they would never meet.